Hey guys, I'm going to share with you today 2 recipes for vegan cheese and then a chocolate kind of oat Snickers bar that I just came up with a recipe a while ago. I'm going to make 2 different versions of each. So 2 vegan cheeses, 2 types of chocolate bars, and everything you see here can be bought in bulk or in at least recyclable packaging. I didn't make my own tomato paste and I didn't make my own coconut milk. I bought it in the recyclable jars because honestly, I wasn't planning on making this stuff, but I ended up switching up my Christmas plans and now I need to bring something and I didn't have time to make my own, which is what I prefer, but I still got it in recyclable packaging. So even though that is my very last resort, I had to do it today because I only have a day, and both of those things I would have needed more time to make. So let's get into it. So first, I already have 4 cups of walnuts, and they're in a, I put down my hot tea because I'm so British, I have to always have tea. Not a knock to British people, I salute you. So, ooh, little condensation. I have a huge bowl. Let me see if it's too hot to pick up. 4 cups of cashews with hot boiling water over top because, like I said, I wasn't planning on making these. So usually I would soak them overnight, but instead I just am like blanching them. So I'm just soaking them in really hot water to kind of just speed up the process of what you would do when you soak them overnight. I also have some flaxseed soaking, which I'm just gonna wait until tomorrow to make, but it's super simple. You just take flaxseed and water and you can add whatever spices you like, and then you just soak them for 12 hours. So I'll either make them tonight, and if I do, I will include a video at the end of this one, like an extra little, what do they call those? I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about. So when I go to bake the flaxseed crackers, I'm going to put a piece of this parchment paper down. I bought this parchment paper 2 years ago, actually, the same week of Christmas. So 2 years ago this week, and I found out about zero waste because I wanted to switch all my stuff to compostable stuff. And this parchment paper is compostable, and I've had this same exact roll for that long because I really only use it for vegan cheeses that need to be wrapped. There's no need for like the strip that cuts it because these are already in they're already in sheets themselves. Like you don't need to cut them, if that makes sense. So I really like these. If you're gonna go for baking things, this cardboard is compostable, the sheets are compostable, and this is the only way to do it if you're gonna do it. So like I said, I've tried to bake flaxseed crackers without using this just because I never thought of it, because I really only do use it for wrapping vegan cheeses. And I just thought that maybe this would be an easier way to not have to scrape them off of the pan, even with olive oil. It just kind of gets weird. If you've ever made flaxseed crackers, you probably know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to use these and see how it turns out. So I'm just going to heat up these chocolate carob, whatever you get. I'm just going to heat those up into a chocolate sauce consistency, and then I've already coated my stainless steel ice tray with a little bit of oil, and I probably need to pour the remnants out. But so I've just got this little pan and I'm just eyeing it, honestly. So this is just 3, 4 handfuls, and I got some regular size hands. So I think I'm gonna try to do it in like a double boiler. I've tried this before, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So this is just gonna be a homemade double boiler, very ghetto, but I'm gonna try it. So these are gonna be my fillings. One's gonna be peanut butter, one's gonna be oats. This is kind of like a crunch, it's really good. I might even mix peanut butter up and oats for one of them. I know I'm just gonna have one that is just oats though, because I really like that one. It's really simple, but it's really good. And then the peanut butter one will be like a peanut butter filling. So these are the 2 types I'm gonna make, just so you guys know. So this is what it's going to look like, very chocolatey sauce. I know, metal on metal, not a good idea, but you know, sometimes you just fuck with it. So I'm just spreading it. The oil is being a little weird, but that's okay, okay? That's okay. So now for this, I'm just gonna go ahead and make the O1 since this is being a little bit of a pain in the butt. And for that, I just sprinkle, you guessed it, oats over top. Everything I do is just like eyeballing it, so I like a really oaty crunch, so I'm just gonna do a full layer on top. And then now I'm going to repeat that whole process for the topping. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I also did add 3 regular, I know this has chocolate on it, but like regular spoon size of coconut milk, because I just thought that it would like make it smoother. So okay, so we got another chocolate consistency, just like a chocolatey sauce. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pour it on top without the So I'm just gonna go ahead and pour it on top. I'm just cleaning off my spoon. And yeah, I'm just gonna pour it on top without the divider in there. See how that goes. I used to freeze them in between, but I don't have time for that. But if you have time, that is a great idea. So I would freeze the bottom first layer and then add the oats and then do the second layer of chocolate and then freeze them again. It's just like gonna be more consistent that way. Make sure that you can like spread it. It's not gonna do what it's doing to me right now, which is like hard to spread because both layers are melted. That's okay because we're gonna make it work. So that's what we do. I didn't get chocolate on it already when I tried to put it in there first, but I'm just going to set it in there and really firmly press it down to kind of cut them. And yeah, I'm just gonna throw this in the freezer. I saved the water that I strained from the walnuts because I can use that after it cools to water my plants, and it does have nutrients in it from the soaked walnuts, cashews, whatever you're doing, even pastas. If you save that water, let it cool, use it to water your plants. So the first cheese I'm gonna make is a walnut cheddar. I got this recipe offline. I will link the person that I got it from along with just a like written out recipe in case you just want to see it and not even have to click that link. But I did get it from someone, so you know, give credit where credit is due. I will be doubling all those ingredients for my specific use. One of the items that I did have to buy, and not in bulk, was miso. So I got this from Grassroots, which is a local health food store. It is in a glass jar. Belto is really mad about it, obviously. But yeah, I'm gonna reuse this glass jar, and miso is one thing that I haven't figured out how to make yet. So it says to use 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, which is another thing that I had to get. This is recyclable. Ooh, it's not gonna show you. These pesky lights. It is recyclable, if you can see. So yeah, I mean, I don't like that I had to buy this instead of making it, but like I said, I was out of time. So this I'm gonna say is 2 tablespoons. And then one more big one for 4. And this is probably just all going in there because like I said, I have to double it. So yeah, I ended up using this whole thing. And I will probably rinse this out and recycle it. A cup of nutritional yeast. Dang, good thing I have a lot. It says 1 tablespoon apple cider vinegar, so I'm just going to use the spoon I used to get out of the tomato paste, out. And yeah. So that 1 lemon gave me exactly 4.5 tablespoons of lemon juice, so I just used all of it because You know, why listen to the recipe the full amount? You know, they're just guidelines. So this is the sheet that I'm gonna wrap this cheese up in. I do have to say it is a great taste of, like, it does taste like cheddar. I would say that the consistency is not what I was hoping for. It definitely still has like that kind of nut consistency, if you know what I mean, but it does taste really good. So if you could like improve on it, or if you do improve on it, leave it in the comments how you improved on it, because this tastes so good. I just wish that it was, like I said, a different consistency. But I'm scooping it out right now into this parchment paper, and then I'm just gonna tie it up with twine and let it sit overnight. So it looks kind of like a baby pumpkin. I just tied it around it to try to keep it like stable. I am gonna put it in a bowl just to make sure that it's like not leaking out all over the fridge if it does happen to leak out. But this is just gonna hopefully help it like maintain a shape into a cheese ball. So we'll see how that turns out. If not, it'll just be a really nice cheese spread for crackers and vegetables and stuff like that. I thought I was gonna make the other batch of chocolate in between, but I'm just gonna go ahead and make the other cheese after I wash my hands now from holding little Balto. I know, because the first cheese just went so fast, and I don't think that the chocolate has had enough time to harden, and I will just do the chocolate after the cheese. So this recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of white miso, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, and I just doubled that. So I have that mixed up, but it does say to chop the walnuts up in a food processor until they become like a paste, and then add those ingredients. So that is what I'm gonna do, and then I will show you what it looks like. So I've decided that I'm actually not gonna put the oil in. I took it all out, and the consistency, I just think that if I put oil in this, it won't like bind up to be a cheese anymore. So I'm just gonna add some spices and then do what I did with the other cheese. I just grabbed some oregano that I got in bulk. I'm just gonna add, you know, 2 hefty pinches of that. I did 3 kind of regular ones, but. And then I'm going to roll this cheese, I think, with probably some sesame seeds, just to make it look pretty, maybe even black sesame seeds. So I'm just gonna mix this up and then put it in a ball shape for hardening in the fridge. So I have put it in the bowl with the parchment and just kind of flattened it out on top, and now I am just going to loosely cover it. So this is the second cheese. I just put this, you know, folded it over to seal it, put this on top for a week. I'm gonna chill this overnight and then garnish it with sesame seeds or some more herbs. I will put in a picture of all these things that I'm making at Christmas Eve. So I'll show you what they look like on the table with the crackers I'm making and everything like that. So I just did the dishes and washed my hands, pulled back my hair, got out the first tray of chocolate, and I went ahead and took this off of it, and it worked out really well. I don't even think I needed the oil. These little chocolate bars are just like the oat bars, and you can see kind of in this one, they're just filled with the oats. So here's one that a little piece broke off the top. So they're just kind of like a oat crunch, almost like a Snickers crunch kind of bar. They're really good, and so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap these up, put them back in the freezer till tomorrow whenever I'm serving them, and then I will start on the next one. Almost through them at you. So I just wrapped them up exactly like I would wrap a Christmas present, and I know the sides look a little weird, but they're just gonna be sitting like this on the table till we're ready to serve them, but I'm gonna throw them back into the freezer until they're ready to serve tomorrow. That way they don't melt or get weird. I'm gonna work on the next set. Butter on it and just like big clumps. I think I might, if this isn't gonna spread well, I might just mix it up. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. It's gonna be like a little bit mixed in with the chocolate. So I'm just going to top off the chocolate peanut butter layer with just a chocolate layer, just to kind of give it some more volume, honestly, so they're bigger. And because that is the amount I would have put in anyway if I didn't mix up the chocolate and the peanut butter on the first layer just wasn't really spreading that well, and I just, you know, I make them different every time. So my second layer is on top, and I know it looks kind of messy, but they're pretty, I swear. So I'm going to put this in the freezer, and I will show you guys what everything looks like when everything is done and presented, and I will put pictures in of what it looked like on the table at Christmas Eve.